Welcome back to our show, Authors and Authors. Bring Some Books is the name of the show. I forgot my own name. We talk to authors from all over the world. We had one today from Yorkshire, England, one from Canada, and one from Europe. This next guest has been on our show many times, not as an author, but an expert in a certain area. And welcome, please, to our guest, Katalina Klein. Welcome, Katalina.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we've been talking to you about these, what do you call them, storage containers?
Yes, it that's our business.
Yeah.
It has been for a while. Cube Living.
Mm-hmm.
We transform shipping containers into dwellings.
And
And after about 8 years of doing this, I decided to put everything I knew together in a book.
in a book. So you literally wrote the book on the subject. By the way, I have a cover of the book. Is out yet or it's coming out? Here's the cover. And you said it's going to come out on Amazon?
It's going to be coming out on Amazon. Yes,
Okay,
it should be mid-October.
mid-October. Our guests, our viewers can see the cover just to build the excitement. But tell us what they will find in the book.
Well, it'll look something like this. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, I have the cover up on the screen for our
Oh,
guests.
you have a cover up on the screen. Okay, sorry.
I got
Thank
an
you.
advanced copy
So
and I put the cover up.
there's a lot of shipping container books out there, and the majority are for the do-it-yourself public. So it really shows you how to take a shipping container and modify it into your home.
Hmm.
We chose to approach it from a completely different way and approach it more from the way that Cube Living works, which means that we are in the modular field and we abide by all local building codes and we build in factory. So the book covers the process of building a shipping container in a factory setting, following all of the building codes as a regular stick-built home. And so it's really not a guide for anybody that wants to do it yourself, but it's more to educate somebody that is interested in potentially building a shipping container home and gaining enough knowledge to be able to have a conversation with architects, engineers, the fabricator. That's sort of the goal of the book.
Are there a lot of pictures?
A lot of
I
pictures.
bet there are.
So we opened up our library of designs. We always play around with designs and sometimes floor plans, sometimes designs.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of floor plans, I think, in the books, but mostly to make people dream and be creative.
Yeah.
We show a lot of different homes of different colors and different builds and showing what you can achieve with shipping containers. And it's quite phenomenal.
Let me ask you this. Are they a standard size? Are they all the same size?
No, we usually work with 40s and 20s, and in the book, there's a couple, I think, of 10s
Okay.
that we've inserted just, here and there. But the majority are 20s and 40s. We work with high cube shipping containers, so you get an extra foot of interior space, which
Okay.
is very welcome because the ceilings are so low usually.
Yeah. Now, I have been singing your praises around my community, saying, hey, there's this thing you guys could do with shipping containers, and I'm not the best explainer of it. That's why I'm excited that your book is coming out. In our area here in Fresno, California, maybe it's the same for the whole state, but anybody could put a second home on their property. And it seems so natural to do it this way. Is it that way throughout the state and even other states?
It is. Since 2016, there's an ordinance that came out allowing for ADUs in most, I would say, like 90% of homes. Now, the trick with shipping containers, of course, is the access. So sometimes I get phone calls from people and they say, "Oh, we would love to have one," but there's either electrical wires right in front of their home. There's huge trees. The driveway is, 3
Right.
feet wide. there's not much we can do because you can't disassemble a
Right.
container.
That's right.
But the majority of the time, if there is access, we can crane.
You'll figure it out. Yeah. Now, and the other thing your book is going to do is show the potentials, different designs, many different designs.
Sorry, I could not hear the first part of what you were saying.
The book is going to have illustrations of different possibilities for designs.
Absolutely. So the book starts covering what the difference is, and I get this all the time, between manufactured homes and modular homes, because both start with M's, I think.
Yeah.
People confuse both, and in the just regular conversation, both are intermixed, and they're very, very different. So it's really important to know that distinction.
Okay.
So we start with that, and then we dive into the difference between a shipping container home and a traditional stick-built home, and then into preparing for the process, things that you have to consider, like the site, the access, whether your site is really steep for the civil engineering. I mean, there's a lot of aspects. So we cover basically everything, including the design, the importance of engineering. We also cover the aspect of financing, because a lot of people just don't know that these can be financed, and they really can through construction loan.
Uh-huh.
So it's a pretty comprehensive guide. I think that's the way to look at this book.
You mentioned your book is not for the do-it-yourself people, but I couldn't imagine, there's so many in our jurisdiction, there's so many rules and regulations of planning, zoning, code enforcement, inspections, and all that. I don't think I would try to do it myself. I would want somebody who's done many, many, many like you guys.
Me too.
Yeah.
And also, doing it in a factory setting makes so much more sense, because things or home structures that are built in a factory setting are so much better built.
Yeah.
Because that's all the factory does. And so you don't have weather issues, you don't have as much waste. Things just make a lot more sense, and you end up with a better product.
Right.
So that's really what we focus on. And you are correct. California, I think we're the most stringent state in the nation.
Most regulated.
Maybe Hawaii is up there, but we really are.
Do you do most of your work in California? I always assume that, but maybe you do it all over the country.
We do. I think we do about 80% of our work in California, a little bit in Florida as well, another difficult state because of the winds and the hurricanes.
Yeah.
But the majority is really California.
It seems like, I never thought of this, but it seems like shipping containers are pretty solid. I think I'd like to be inside one if a hurricane came through here. So. Now, I have where do you get the book? I put your website on the screen, cubedliving.com, spelled with a K, K-U-B-E-D, cubedliving.com. And can they follow that link and find out more about the book?
So as soon as the book is out, there's a couple ways of doing it. If you subscribe to the website, I will be sending out a newsletter letting people know that the book is out. If you send me an email through the website, again, I could let you know if the book is out. And once it is out on the website, there will be a link to the Amazon page.
Amazon page, yeah.
It's to start off with, because the illustrations are pretty cool. We're going to start with a coffee table version, and an 8.5 by 11 version.
Yeah.
And then we'll downsize from there.
Right.
But we're going to start, and we figured for the holidays, why not?
Right. I like that idea. Every year I have to get my dad a Christmas present, so a necktie or a coffee mug. This year he's getting a book from Cube Living on what do you call it? The container.
Shipping containers, from box to home.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got 2.5 acres, and he could put, I don't know how many, I could put a couple out there, I guess. He could have his little office, he could make a barn for his tack and saddles and stuff. There's a lot of uses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people do gyms. We get a lot of call for gyms. We get a call for ADUs, pool houses, artist studios. I just got a call today from, someone that does promotes horse shows and things like
Yeah.
that. And so they were looking for um, like kiosks, bars. You can do anything you want with them. They're really versatile and very adaptable.
Well, this I'm very excited about the book, by the way, and congratulations, because I know it takes a lot to put something like that together, and you did it, and it's going to be out. Do you know for sure when?
I am hoping we downloaded everything to Amazon. So I know it takes a while. So I would venture to say probably in a couple of weeks. So let's say middle of October, it should be out.
Yeah.
From box to home.
I did, yeah, From Box to Home. That's right. That's the title of the book. By the way, I'm going to put the cover up one time because I get it. It's a very cool cover. And there's the cover for our viewers. Well, I would encourage our viewers, if you just to get more information on the idea of making a shipping container into a usable space, living space, storage space, pool house space, tack room for your horse stuff, go to cubeliving.com and you can sign up for what? The newsletter?
You can sign up for the newsletter. You could send me an email because you want more information. We could chat. And you're always welcome to go on Calendly, set up half an hour. It's free, and I can answer any questions you'd like.
Perfect. Thank you, Katalina, for this, and thanks for doing the book. Because, like I said, I've talked to so many people who are, said, "I'm going to put another little unit." And I say, "I've got the perfect unit for your extra unit," and I just have trouble describing it. So I'll carry that book with me everywhere I go. Last thoughts for our viewers?
No, I hope you enjoy it. I mean, it's basically about 8 years of speaking to potential clients, and it's really thanks to our client base and their questions that I was able to gather all the information to put into the book.
Yeah.
So
good for them. 8 years,
thank
that's
you
a
to
lot of
everybody.
information gathering. By the way, I know you guys are experts on turning these containers into usable spaces. So anybody who's even thinking about that, go to cubeliving.com. Thank you, Katalina.
Thank you for having me again, and have a great rest of your week.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon, I hope. We'll be back with
Thank
more
you.
Briggs on Books right after this.